What's going on, everybody? Nicholas Gal here for Heart on Your Sleeve, the first ever vlog post I will be ever creating. The reason why I created this vlog and blog is because, we all go through something. I think it's important for us to share those type of things, whether it's, physically, emotionally, or psychologically, stress, depression, anxiety, and even family issues. It's hard to explain what's gone the past 3 years of my life, and it's really tough because I've always been afraid to open up publicly to the people that I really think really understand me and care about me. I think, I can open them like a Band-Aid in a wound. But for this case, it's different because I'm talking to all of you people. I want people to know that you're not the only one. You're not the only one person going through suicidal ideation. You're not the only one going through the emotional pain, the stress, the anger of just not only just college life, but just becoming who you are as a woman or man, or whatever you describe to label yourself. And I think it's important for us to know that we can be open to others. Everyone's welcome to do something particular to what I'm doing, writing, video, anything, phone call, podcast. I want everyone to join into this, because if they want to share their experience, please search my website online. You can reach my contact information below. I really want to get you guys out there and experience what it's like to share in a big response. You don't even have to put your name or information. I can make it anonymous. But I think it's really important to share the world what we're going through as a society, not only as young adults, but as humans. As a person who's battling through these phases in life, this is episode 1, and step 1 is the recovery process and the start process of trying to change my life. Not everybody in this world is alone going through these phases, and I'm not afraid to share my feelings or say what I want to say. There's something I learned this past week called sweat equity. Sweat equity is something that's said a lot, especially with Gary Vee, who's a big motivational speaker. And if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. A tagline by Eric Thomas, who's also a motivational speaker, known for going around certain businesses, top of the nation businesses, and professional franchises to motivate them. And I use those two things. Sweat equity, to get back on it, is just the hard work and effort you put in before even getting the job, putting in that sweat. And I heard it at a shop, I was in Rochester doing a documentary, and the owner talked about sweat equity and doing the work before you get the job. And I think about it now and I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Putting in that extra effort, because sometimes you're gonna have to do those things to make ends meet. And that's kind of where I am now at school, where all my life I've struggled with school. Wasn't always the smartest, wasn't always the most talented, or the most literate, or was able to speak clearly. Still to this day, I struggle to speak clearly, and people look at me like, what? And obviously my personality is different. Very outgoing, very loud, and I guess right now I have commitment issues. That's something that's part of the process, is committing to what I need to commit to. There are times where, today and some other days, where the anxiety hits you and you're like, you're walking in this building, these people are gonna give you these looks, and these people are not gonna talk to you like they normally do, and you're not the best looking, you're the best, you're not as smart, you don't fit in the right crowd. But to me, I never thought of it that way. I always wanted to fit with everybody and always just want to get along with people I wanted to get along with. And I bow that. I still bow to this day, to this very second, It was funny because I was telling my academic counselor about this, and she said, every time you fall, you get back up. But I'm like, it's so annoying because every time I fall, I always do get back up. But there are times where I just want to fall and just stay there. But I realize that I think that's what makes me me, is that when I keep falling, I need to get back up, because I have a brother who's 19 going on 21, 20 going on 21 now. And then I have another brother who just turned 12, and he's going through the hard time of his life, and now a baby sister. My dad texts me how much he loves me, how much he cries, and how sorry he is. And trust me, I'm mad. I'll always be mad at him, but I always love him. I always love my mom, and I love my family, no matter how far of a distance we are, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But at the end of the day, it is, to me, the hardest thing. But I come from an Italian background back home, and I think it's important to know that I love my family, and I love my brothers and my sister now. And I love the people that I work with at school. I love the people that help me at school, and I love the people that I try to work hard for. And if I could always apologize to them, I would, but there's always a fear of that because of what they think of me and what they feel of me and how they perceive me as. I just want to let everybody know that you don't have to fit in a group to be happy. You can do your own thing and then find that group, or you don't even be a part of a group. You can be part of several groups. You can be whatever you want to be. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to wear the same Letterman jackets. You don't have to wear the same, you have to wear pink on Tuesdays, whatever it was for Mean Girls. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. It doesn't matter, what color you are, where you come from, what your gender, what you label your gender as, or what you think you were born as, or, all of that, the economy, your financial status. We're all different and we all go through some type of crap. And I think it's important for all of us to know that, I don't know, it's a dark way to think about it, but we all have a heartbeat. And at the end of the day, we're all one. We all have problems. We all have to keep going forward and power through and keep going forward and always fail forward. And I feel like I've done that a lot. And I feel like I still do it now. I'm hoping after this video that I can change some of the ways that I have presumed myself this semester and this year, because it was tough. And I'm not, I could sit here and make excuses, but I'm not. I screwed up and I do things that do piss people off and frustrate them, but every time I do, they always come back to me and say how talented I am and how much they really want to see me succeed. And sometimes you have to let that sink in, but like we said, society, we presume that the negatives are always bigger than what they are. And I'm at the place right now looking at this camera, behind a green screen, that I should be happy where I am, because I didn't think I would be coming back at Bonavent. I didn't think I would have the opportunity to live in a townhouse with 3 roommates that are my brothers and are really cool, and I don't give them the much respect as I should. And this is kind of what the video is about, is my feelings and the pain that I've gone through. But it's also for everyone else that's feeling that pain. I want people to reach out. I love people when they talk to me and reach out that they're going through these type of situations, and I want to help people as well, while I'm also going through that process, because it's not easy. It's not easy being 23 years old, not knowing where your life is going, not knowing where you're going to be. I'm making the mistakes that I think I can change to be successful, and I'm not going to stop. No one's going to stop me. And you got to tell yourself every day that, there's something when I look in the mirror and it motivates myself every day, and I'm hoping to get that back, because I've lost that after the defeats of all the past 3 years of not being able to get this job or not being able to do what I want to do. And there are times where you got to just suck up and do things. I spent 42 days in a rehab center with a woman that was dating me at the time. I had no idea what was going on until I told her, like mid time I was there at the rehab center, and it was tough, but she stayed with me. But I still need to work on myself every day, and it's important to show you guys that it's always possible to do things you love and to do things you care about and to do the things that you enjoy and be a part of something that it doesn't have to follow anything. You can be your own you. Be your own you. Like, do you and power through. Always power through. And whenever life knocks you down, just get back up, because the canvas always helps you bounce back. And I really do enjoy sharing these things with you guys, and I really hope to continue this, being the first episode of number 1, the recovery process. And I want you all to understand that this is just the beginning, and nothing's going to stop me. Nothing will stop me, and I will fight to the end of my days to do whatever I can to succeed and be able to show the world that just because you've gone through all these troubles doesn't mean you have to result in certain things and do drugs and drink all the alcohol you want or be a part of a group. Just be you, be a part of you. Go out there and search the world. Motivate yourself. Motivate the whole entire world, that just because you have a learning disability, you have a struggling family life, you're poor, you live, miserably, that you can persevere and do those things. And whatever happens, happens. But I want people to understand that your soul and your motivation, that grind that you have, you need to put that in yourself every day, whether it's going through the morning process of waking up every morning, have a cup of coffee, whether it's watching your favorite TV show in the morning, whether it's, doing something midday to help you out, whether it's doing push-ups in the middle of the whole campus where people can see you. But if that helps you every day to motivate yourself and get where you need to get to, then go ahead and do it. You shouldn't care. We're in the society, we're in social media, people look at the Twitter, the social medias, I'm at the beach, or she's like gorgeous, or he's like, oh, he's ripped, he's all that and this. You can have that. if that makes you happy. If it doesn't make you happy and you're just like, then don't do it. Do stuff that makes you happy. Fight for what you want to fight for. Be your own boxer. Be your own fighter. I know that I'm going to succeed no matter what, and I will find a way to succeed, whether people look at me differently or don't look at me at all. But it's all about fighting what you want to fight for. But it all starts with one thing and one day at a time, and that's this. That like today, like right now, start it. Don't look back and change the whole process, change the plan, and change who you are as a human. And it's not going to be easy, but the idea is that you start. Because if you don't start, you're going to be stuck in there and you're just going to keep trying, like, I don't care, I'm just going to do what I need to do to get out, and that's it. But don't, because everyone has a value. People say God has bring us, there's some people believe that God brings us here for a reason, but you can always change that reason because you have your life in the palm of your hands. I'm going to keep going and keep fighting, because just because I've failed once doesn't mean I can learn and figure out what I did wrong. Granted, life only gives you so many chances, but I believe that you can always make a wrong right by doing the right thing for the next step, the next process, the next foot you take into the door, the next class you take, the next semester you go through, the summer coming up. All these things can happen and change because you don't have to listen to those people in the background noise. I'll never forget my freshman year. I was sitting in my bed and the walls were really thin and people were talking about me, how weird I was, how obnoxious I was, and I heard it. And I believe I said something. I don't remember clearly, but I remember hearing it and how pissed off I was and how, why would I want to be involved with people that want to talk bad about me? The idea is that you just got to keep moving forward because life is going to have you those things. Rocky says it best, life isn't sunshine and rainbows. Mommy and daddy can't be with you the whole time holding your hand. You got to fight for what you get. You got to do what you want and do it your way. Again, we can look at all the motivational speakers. We can look at all the famous journalists. We can look at all the famous journalists. We can look at the famous doctors and all these things. But the only way you can be successful is being you and being unique. We can follow those steps easily, but the hardest thing to do is follow that one road that has not been paved yet, and that's your road, your life to success, your road to passion, your road to love, to care, to being with somebody you love, to see with someone you enjoy the most. I'm not a poet, I'm not a rapper, I'm just a white kid from Media, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia, 20 minutes outside, who reps all 4 sports teams, and I'm not supposed to be here right now. And LeBron says it best, in the NBA. I'm not LeBron, but I'm Nick Gallo. And that's who I am. And that's what I'm going to keep doing, is being me. And I'm not going to stop. And that's my plan and my future, is that I'm going to keep doing what I want to do to live my life. And if that's going to be making more mistakes and learning from them, then so be it. But the idea is that I learn from those mistakes and apply. That's the biggest thing, is that we make mistakes and we don't apply to them. And that was my biggest issue, and it still is to this very minute, that I keep making mistakes and I don't apply my mistakes to what I need to learn and fix them. So hopefully after this video, when I edit all this, is that I applied those mistakes and really go for it. So the process begins here and now, and you can join me. You can join me in that motivation. You can join me in that battle for fight, for not only for the people around you, but for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's all about yourself. And it sounds selfish, but it's true. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Take care of yourself first and battle through and power through and get through what you need to get through. Because there's no situation to get through. Because a problem or a stress situation or something that's happening in your life is like a math problem. It's an equation. If you figure out the little kinks and details and the strategies of how to solve that problem, you will be able to find your way, to find that passion, to find the one thing that helps you solve these problems. And I don't know why I just thought of it now, but life is like that. You have to figure out how to solve that equation. I fully believe that everybody has the chance to be successful. Even, I met guys that are in the federal penitentiary. I met guys that are in jail right now for what they've done. And those guys are probably the nicest people I've ever met. And they've inspired me to become sober. They inspired me to be who I want to be. They inspired me to say that you're so young, that there's so much of life ahead of you. And there is. So I encourage you all to do these things. One is sweat equity. Really apply that to your life, because sweat equity will get you far. And it's going to be hard because you're not going to make maybe any money or have the most opportunities, but it's all about starting, and it's all about putting that foot in the door, putting that one step closer to where you want to be. The second step is just look in your mirror every day and thank yourself for being on this planet, because there are times where we get to that point where it's over. Like, you know, a couple years ago, I had that situation. Parents are arguing. I'm sitting in the bathroom, I have the razor on my wrist. I put it down. I thought about my ex-girlfriend at the time. I thought about me. I thought about my brother, my youngest brother, and my other brother. And I thought about all those things. And I just want to tell people that not only God is on your side, and if you don't believe in God, you can think about higher power rather, but you can do it. You can fight it, because we all have a culture, and we can apply that culture to who we are. I love being Italian, and that's the truth. I love being Italian because we just have that fire in our belly, or in our, literally, our fire in that belly in our hearts that we're not going to stop. We're going to get what we want, or we're going to hustle. And like, you know, and it's funny, I used to get laughed at all the time for being the hustle, because Mr. Hustle and the Hustle Award and all these things, because everyone thought I was the cheerleader. And I look at it now as that, like, I love that. I love being the guy that ramp people up to really get people energized, being that crazy guy. And I enjoyed that very much. So, second thing, back to the second thing, is that look in the mirror every day and really motivate yourself to look at yourself that today is gonna be the day where I change. Today is gonna be a day where I wake up on time. Today is gonna be the day where I do get that project done before it's due in a week. You know, today's gonna be that day where I start a workout plan. Today is the day where I eat healthy. Today is the day where I say enough is enough. Get the outside noises out of my head. Today is the day where that person looks at you differently and you say, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to that person. Today is the day where you put your foot down and say, enough is enough. I'm gonna do what I need to do to create my own path. I'm gonna create my own road. I'm gonna unpave that road to what I need to become. But the idea is that, going back to number one, sweat equity. Putting in that tired sweat, hardcore grind that people, the word grind is used a lot, but that hard work and dedication, the persistence to get you where you want to be is important. And lastly, and third thing, love yourself and love the people that support around you. We know we really take for granted all the little positive things. It's very hard. And I'm very thankful for my father, for what he's done for my life. I'm thankful that I have a baby sister. I am. I'm thankful for my two younger brothers, and I miss them very much, and I love them. And I love my mother, you know. Every day I look at my phone, and, you know, it's the cover of my mom in high school, and the woman I'm going to love the most, because she's my mom, and I love her very much, and she's been through a lot. And I love my dad as well, because he's also been through a lot, and he's a hard-working, dedicated man who's taught me these values. I guess I have a hard time applying to when you're younger. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and students all across maybe campuses and hopefully schools, is that it's possible to become what you want to become without having the posse around you, or without the clique around you, or having those people that say, oh my gosh, this is great, or blah, blah, blah. Because you can be happy for yourself and say, I'm proud that I woke up at 7 o'clock. I'm proud that I didn't miss a class. I'm proud that I ate a salad today. I'm proud that I did my homework before it was due 2 days ago. Like, you can be proud of that. And it's hard to say that, but it may be weird looking at the mirror and saying that, but just do it and try it, because I think it helps. And especially if you're going through hard times, you really get emotional. You see the pain that you're in. You know, we can't see emotional pain, because we can all put on all the hair gel, we can put the makeup on, we can dress real nice, we can wear these nice heels, we can wear these nice shoes, we can do all these crazy things to make ourselves look presentable to others, which makes us attractive to others. But at the end of the day, we're still fighting that pain inside, wondering what's going on. So what I want to say to everybody is that follow those 3 things for the first process. Continue to follow my blog, but I want you guys really to hopefully enjoy this video, as this is my first ever one. Please send any critiques or comments you guys have. I really want to keep doing this. You know, it's been hard to decide whether to do a vlog or not, but I'm really happy that I did. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. Hopefully I can do this sometime next week. Tune in as well. I'll give you guys an update if I'll be able to do it or not. But yeah, shoot me a text, shoot me an email at Heart on Your Shoulder, and let's get to it. Let's start our process together as a family. Let's start together as putting our hearts on our shoulders and fighting through what we need to get through. Love you guys. Nicholas Gal, we're out. Peace.